He's on my flasher! Let's go, bro! Yeah!
This video is from back in May. My homie Jay came all the way from Florida to look for that late season Ono. Ended up scoring one, saw some big king mackerels, Cuberas, black grouper, millions of rainbow runners, oceanic triggerfish. This dive really had everything you could ask for in a blue water trip, especially such late season. Stoked to show you and walk you through some of these dives.
What up, Spearos? I was so hyped for this day of diving, getting up at 4:45, getting Jay up, getting ready to go. Literally on his first drop at the spot, we see a giant wahoo. Unfortunately, Jay's looking down at the reef, so that leaves it in my hands. There was no chum in the water, so I just chased the fish. He does a couple hard kicks and my brain tells me it's now or never. There's really no excuse. That was a brutal miss. I should have thrown a flasher or done something.
Jay, there's a wahoo! Yo, there's a wahoo! He's on my flasher!
I was honestly so shocked to even see one. The fact that he turned on the flasher even after that warning shot tells me I should have thrown it before. Let him just stay calm. Right here, Jay goes down and grabs my flasher, which is great dive buddy etiquette. Also, maybe the wahoo would get curious and come back. At this point, I felt absolutely terrible. You never want to blow the opportunity for your team, and it's even worse because Jay came so far for this fish. I was just hoping we would get another chance. We drop a ton of chum, and thank God we got another shot. It's another beautiful wahoo coming up so chill in the chum slick, and I know Jay's gonna nail him.
Let's go, bro! Yeah! Jay hit one.
Normally I wouldn't celebrate so early, but with a shot placement like that, I knew that fish wasn't going anywhere. Watching this back, I get goosebumps every time. For me, it's a way better feeling seeing your boy shoot a fish like that and execute perfectly than even shooting one yourself. I was so relieved that we got another chance because I thought I blew it on the only Ono of the day. Jay did everything right. He let the fish run on the reel and then let go and let it fight on the float once he was spooled. Once him and Bubba start to get their hands on this thing, the size of it fully registered.
Dude, you're a fucking legend.
I even called him a legend. I was so excited just because we'd been talking about this trip for about a year and everything came to fruition on the first day. Something about seeing an Ono go down is just such a beautiful thing. We were pretty shocked too because the fish ended up showing themselves on the reef, which is a little more shallow than we're used to.
Woo! Dude, I missed one too. I know, we could see bottom.
Super excited to get a wahoo in the boat right off the bat on this trip.
My gun wasn't loaded.
Yeah, boy.
Pick that up, Jay. Yeah, I saw it. Put him in the sun. Yeah, buddy. Sick fish for Jay.
First 5 minutes up in the water, bro. Literally.
Yeah.
We were excited to have that wahoo, but still got back in the water for more. I decided to do a blind drop, keep the head tucked, and go down towards the reef. This offshore reef is super beautiful, and I'm just scanning around looking for any fish I might want to drop on. There's tons of good-sized rainbow runners, so I just wait for them to come into range. Hit a really solid headshot with my 130, and I got a slip tip on there, so I can just drag him up to the surface. Thankfully, there weren't too many sharks around yet, so I was able to let the fish run while I slowly make my ascent back to the surface. Bottom here was probably around 100 feet. I think I only went down to about 70 to hit this rainbow. I was pretty happy with this shot placement right through the mid body behind the gill, so he wasn't going anywhere. I hit a quick swipe, and then I brain, bleed, and gut. This next drop to the reef was kind of dead, but it's a good example of what the structure looks like down here. Really, really good reef, a lot of spots for fish to hide. Big predators are around here. The Cuberas and groupers love this type of bottom. As I return to the surface, we just keep chumming to see what comes in. This next drop was pretty wild. I just dive into the chum, looking around to see what's eating it. There's a reef shark there, and there's also a giant Cubera snapper smashing pieces of chum. It's always wild to see a reef fish so big and dominant like a Cubera that it's able to compete with sharks for a food source. This one, in typical Cubera fashion, was super skittish, just darting around the reef, not interested in me at all. The Cuberas at this location are notorious for being difficult. I return to the surface and tell the guys what I saw. Next drop, again, I'm just slowly diving into the chum, trying not to spook anything that might be there. I could see some big yellowtail snappers down there. They're some of the most skittish fish in the ocean, especially for spearfishing. Super difficult to get. Typically, they require a long breath hold and a deep drop to be able to get close enough. In this clip, you see some, but they're way too far away for me to shoot. I glance back towards the shallower pieces of chum in case there's any pelagic fish eating it, but it's just a bunch of black durgans. I breathe up, then drop again, eager to get another chance at a yellowtail snapper. Once I get to depth, I see them a little bit more relaxed eating this chum. This bigger one stands out because he's one of the biggest I've ever seen. I try to just lean into him slowly, not kick too much, and then I take a shot and it's just off. He was actually too close to me, like I had to bend my arm, which always impacts the accuracy of your shot when you're using a big gun like this.
Yellowtails. Big, really big.
After that, we actually saw a third Wahoo.
There's a Wahoo.
Bubba was down on his drop level with the fish, but he only had a 90 centimeter gun in his hand. I can only imagine what his point of view looked like, staring down that giant fish. This time I'm way more careful not to spook it, just throwing my flasher, trying to get his attention. It's difficult to see, but the fish stuck around a little bit, but he was just so far away, never committing to the flasher or anything. I try not to look directly at him and just focus on my flasher in hopes that when I go down to retrieve it, he might get curious and come present himself. This monster was probably in the 60 to 75 pound class. It was really big. But sometimes this happens and they just cruise off as easy as they arrive.
Yo, let's chum, he might come back.
Unfortunately, he never came back and just had this shark friend on the next drift. Here, Jay plugged a nice triggerfish as we're still trying to fill up the cooler. Shortly after that, we see Kaleb with his rod bent over, fighting a nice fish. We swim over there to see what it was, and he says, "Please tell me it's not a shark."
Tell me it's not a shark.
I don't see yet.
We were really hoping it's a nice grouper or Cubera the way it was fighting. Once we identify it's a shark, you hear Bubba and Kaleb just groan in agony. On On the bright side, there was a nice group of kohinuas or barjacks coming in along with the shark. Jay goes down, shoots at one, miss, and so I go down. I'm gonna try to get one myself. Head down, line up with the 130, miss as well, and that's 2 unloaded guns for no reason. Even after a couple misses, we're just out here having a good time, enjoying ourselves. Beautiful day on the boat, far offshore with pretty slicked out conditions. In this clip, Jay gets one of the fish that he's been waiting for a long time. He's coming up here with a nice blackjack. Over here, people usually aren't too stoked about the blackjacks, but they are a cool looking fish, and some people eat them, but typically we're just going to use them for chum. Super sweet fish, the black alua. You don't really see these in Florida, so anyone visiting from Florida is usually pretty stoked to at least get one of these, get some cool photos. And this one, we ended up chumming it because we were pretty much out for the day. Here we see some more big yellowtail snappers coming up in the chum, and Bubba and I do some nonverbal communication. He lets me know I'm good to drop. I head down, try to get one. I've got my 110 single roller in hand now with a single flopper on there, so that's worth keeping in mind. It ends up being pretty important later on. It's easier to track these smaller fish with a smaller gun, so I just wanted to use it for a little while. That was a huge yellowtail. He almost gave me a shot, but ended up spooking after the chum. Next drop, we had some really nice rainbows coming in, smashing the chum. I'm just trying to track them down, but they're really, really moving fast. It's a tough situation too when they're literally all around you, like above you and to both sides of you. It's hard to pick which one is the best. Here one comes in, I line up, take a shot, but it's a little out of range or not enough power that I'm used to because I switched to the small gun.
A ton of rainbows. A ton. I know, I couldn't pick which one.
And of course, on the next drop with my small gun, I see my dream fish. You get a glimpse of it right here, but a gigantic king mackerel is down, smashing up the chum. I'm slowly making my descent, trying not to kick, just letting myself sink down, trying to get close.
Jay, there's a big kingfish down there. There's a big kingfish down there. Deep. My mask's full of water.
I decide to give it another go here. Boat's too far, I can't switch guns, so I just gotta go with what I have and hopefully I can get close enough. And all of a sudden, I'm pretty much face to face with a beautiful kingfish, probably like 30 to 40 pounder. There's maybe a split second here where I'd have a shot, but then he's just out of range for my 110 single roller. Unfortunately, the gun has limitations. I wish I had my big gun in hand, but you know, that's just a decision I made and now I pay the price. I look over and Jay's down there too. He didn't get a shot on him, but he was following me up the whole time, so he saw everything.
Did you see him? I know I didn't pull the trigger.
You did it?
Huh?
Oh, was that the king?
Yeah.
Dude, I have it on video. I was down there with you.
Nice.
I was like 10 feet above you, and I'm like, what is this fish? And it came to fight. It was like a 40-pound king.
Yeah, dude, with my other gun I could have hit him, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
I need that gun. Woo-woo! Woo-woo!
We do a couple more drops, but at this point it was pretty dead. Super blue water and just nothing eating the chums. Never a good sign.
$60. Yeah, let's get out of here. at least this depth. Let's use the rest of the chum somewhere else.
Just kind of died, so we ended up checking out some of these really cool weed patches that were floating at the surface, hoping to find mahis or maybe rainbow runners or even triple tails on them. Jay and I do some exploring under here, get some cool clips, but there was no life at all on these things. Even when there's no life, it's moments like this that really make you appreciate Bluewater spearfishing. Just you and your buddy diving around under some crazy weed patches and just enjoying the beauty of the ocean.
Nothing.
We found this little log piece too. I thought it would have a triple tail on it, but nothing besides these little baby fish. We ended up calling it a day and then heading home to clean the fish. Bummer we didn't get the king, but there's plenty of wahoo here. Not bad. Oh no, decent fillet job. You got Florida Spearo to catch and cook.
Yeah.
Catch, clean, and cook.
Come check me out.
That's Florida Spearo for you. Type shit. It was a long night of cleaning fish. Thankfully he had a Celsius. Then we were able to watch some of the clips back from the day. We ended up feasting on that Ono's panko and then a huge bowl of ceviche and absolutely loved it. That about does it for this video. Make sure to check out Jay and Kaleb's YouTube channels in the description. Overall, it was one of the best days of spearfishing of my life. A lot of life, a lot of variety, and out there with some of my best friends doing it. Be sure to stay tuned for the next video. I'm going to go through a bunch of dives I did in the same spot, chasing after the same fish. I finally got a chance at this Cubera snapper, something I've been waiting for years, and you'll have to watch and see how it all plays out.